Okay. So once you install your Raspberry Pi OS, you have to start it. Now it will open a new window saying VirtualBox 6.1. It will ask you Debian GNU Linux. You have to select that and click enter. So it will take some time before it gets loaded. So this is how it looks like Raspberry Pi desktop. And this is how, even if you do it on actual Raspberry Pi, this is the same screen you will end up at. Okay. So now I am inside the Raspberry Pi OS. First thing you have to do is go to the programming and search for this Thorny. Not many things we have to do here. Only two small codes we need to run inside the Raspberry Pi and take a print screen. So first code is basically we need to display the hello world. It's a single liner. If you go to your write up and you select code one, you can just copy this particular code. Or if you know Python, you can directly type the code in your editor and paste. Okay. And it should display you the correct what we can say. Uh, I think it did not copy it, so I have to type. So I will just type this. I can type my own name, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be. And then you click run. So it will ask you to save this particular file. I will just click demo.py. It will replace. And now it will show me hello Ninad. Okay, so this is how you can display something onto your Raspberry Pi screen. If you want to write some message, you have to use this print command. Now, this is just an introduction to Raspberry Pi, so we are not going in much detail. Now, we will just see code 2. Here, the first line is import RPi GPIO as GPIO. Now, let us understand what is this Raspberry Pi GPIO. If you go to the page 1 of your write-up, you will see there is a picture of Raspberry Pi. I guess it's Raspberry Pi 3. And here you will see this something called as pin header. Okay. So there is a Raspberry Pi picture. And here you will see this black color is a pin header. So I will explain what is this particular pin header. Basically, you have to type Raspberry Pi GPIO. Okay. And then it will bring you on this particular page. This is very important diagram because now it will show you the function of each and every pin on the Raspberry Pi. Like first pin is 3.3 volt power. Second pin is 5 volt. Now remember, this is not a traditional numbering. Now Raspberry Pi has this strange way of numbering its port like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. So your last 39, 40 comes in this way. Okay. We have traditional naming method as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so on and then 21, 22 up to 40. But this Raspberry Pi GPIO is named in a strange manner where your pin number 1 is on this side, pin number 2 on the opposite side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Okay. And these are the functions. Now, if you consider this, Raspberry Pi is similar to your Arduino. If you just consider this port, but you can imagine this is a Arduino with a LAN port, with a audio card, with a camera adapter, with a HDMI output, with a 3.3 volt power source, with a display adapter, with 4 USB ports and one Linux OS. So it's a powerful version of Arduino. You can do all the things that you can do with Arduino except ADC. So ADC is not there onto the Raspberry Pi except ADC, everything is there, and Raspberry Pi is much more costly. Your Arduino is typically around 200, 300 rupees, maximum 500 rupees, but your Raspberry Pi starts at 1000 rupees. The cheapest Raspberry Pi what we call Raspberry Pi Zero is for rupees 1000, and the highest price Raspberry Pi, which is Raspberry Pi 4 8 GB version, will cost you around 5500. So you can see there is a lot of variety in your Raspberry Pi, and the cost, typical cost or average cost of the Raspberry Pi is around 3000 rupees. Now, when you say Raspberry Pi.GPIO in the code, it will select that particular mode of your Raspberry Pi, and then we have to connect some LED or something like that to the pin. That is, I guess it is connected at pin number 8, I guess. Yeah. So basically, the pin is connected at pin number 8, and that's why you get this LED blinking on pin number 8. Now, currently, we don't have any physical Raspberry Pi, so all these lines are commented, but you can do uncomment them and run them on your actual Raspberry Pi. This is simple LED blinking code, and if you just copy paste this code to your Google, it will bring you to that particular page where this code is taken from. So I guess this is a simple LED blinking code. I will just take it to all. So this is the actual page from where the code has been taken from. This will show you how you can blink an LED using Raspberry Pi. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to ground. 7, 8, where the actual LED is connected. And if you run this particular code, this is how you should get the output. So it's a LED blinking program. That is the code 2. Now, all of you, those who have installed Thonny, please start them from your PC. You can directly start Thonny from here. It will be directly running in your Windows also without VirtualBox. And those who have finished installing Raspbian OS, they can take this particular code and paste it inside your Raspberry Pi. So here, instead of blinking, we will just say LED on, LED off after every 1 second. So if you run this particular code, you will see that LED is blinking, not physically, but in the shell, you can easily see that every 1 second LED is going on, then LED is going off. Okay. And practically, you have to remove these comments to get your actual code running. Now see what is this there in this coding. If you see, first line is import Raspberry Pi.GPIO at GPIOs. Then second is time, from time import slip. So it will import a delay from the time library. Then GPIO set warnings false because most of your pins are not connected, and Raspberry Pi will throw an warning for that particular reason. So you just turn them all the warnings off. Then GPIO set mode as board. So basically, whatever physical pin numbers are there, that will get followed. And this is the easiest way to program the Raspberry Pi. So GPIO.board will allow me to select pin number 8 physically by typing pin number 8 over here. Otherwise, we have to see the Raspberry Pi pin mapping. I will tell you that method also, but right now, just remember, set GPIO to your board mode always, and then it is very easy for us to do the coding. Just count the physical pin number and write that number over here. Okay. So GPIO, again, like your Arduino set mode, here you have GPIO.out command. If you want to set that particular pin as an input, you have to type GPIO.in, and initial value is GPIO.low. That means this particular pin will have value low when it starts. Then it goes to the while true. Now while true is a while loop which will run for infinite. Here you say GPIO.output pin number 8, GPIO.high. So this particular command turns on the LED. We just type that print LED on, then take a sleep. Unlike your Arduino, here the delay is always in seconds. So you have to type sleep 1, which is 1 second delay. Then GPIO.out 8, comma GPIO.low. So you'll turn off the LED. print LED turn off and again take a sleep of 1 second. Now here, if you want to go below 1 second, you can directly write 0.1. No issues with that. This means 100 milliseconds. So this is how the particular code runs. Now, if I try to run this code right now on the machine, I will get an error because it doesn't have any support for Raspberry Pi libraries, because this is not an actual Raspberry Pi. It's just a simulation. So that's why you will get an error, and that's why you have to comment all the lines which I have already done while pasting your code to. But if you are doing it on actual Raspberry Pi, you can uncomment every line and run this particular code. Okay. So the particular output for this particular experiment is, first you have to observe a picture, output picture on your Proteus software. So here you put any of your own picture and display it on a TFT, take a screenshot and paste over here. And second thing is, you have to run both the codes in VirtualBox and take a screenshot. So first I have already done. So I can just take a print screen and store it. And second one, you have to run this command so that you start seeing LED on, LED off here in the VirtualBox. That is very important. I don't want you to do it on a Windows machine. I want you to learn how to simulate the Raspberry Pi OS inside a Windows. So you have to download, do all the procedures, run the VirtualBox, then type the code here and then run. Okay, and that's it. This is the end of the experiment. I will stop recording now. And if you have any doubts, you can ask.